السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على أشرف خلق الله أجمعين نبينا محمد عليه وعلى آله وصحابته وصحبه المرسلين. أما بعد, actually it is not a good idea to give the talk after such a heavy meal, but don't worry, I'll take care of keeping you awake. I'll ask several questions, inshallah. So, actually, just before preparing this lecture, I asked myself some questions, and I put actually myself in your shoe. And I asked several questions. We will, inshallah, be providing responses to each in some slides to come. I just told myself, the brothers and the Sheikh, they invited us to participate in such a great project. But who is in need? This is the first question. I asked myself this question: do they need me to donate, or do I need them to participate? That's a very fundamental question. This will tell yourself about your aqidah, because not everyone who donates £1 will be rewarded with the same reward. Some will donate £1, but they will be very high there. Another one will be high, but not as high as the previous one. Why? It is what the individual who gave, who donated, what he thinks while he's donating. Let's just, I will have a totally different approach than just asking people to give sadaqah. No. We need to know who is in need first. So, anyone can respond to this question. Who is in need? The mashayikh, the brothers in the AIP, or us, whom will be having pleasure, will be delighted to donate. Do we agree? Okay, good. Okay. This is actually a response from you, but there is a response from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to this question. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, just like it's announced in the whole universe, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يا أيها الناس. Oh, people. Every individuals among the nas, you are those in need of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أنتم الفقراء. Are we poor? Yes, you are poor. And so are we asking poor people to donate? We'll see. أنتم الفقراء إلى الله. Does Allah need this? Does Allah need you or myself to donate? No. والله هو الغني الحميد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free of all need, and He is subhanahu wa ta'ala the praiseworthy, al-Ghani al-Hamid. So let's move on then. Are we really in need? We need to go a little bit deeper in this question. Has any one of us wondered about how many heartbeats he has in his lifetime? Any responses? Have you ever asked yourself, if you think you are poor, if you think you're rich, then you need, if you're the one who's causing your heart to beat, then you don't have to ask such a question. Just before going to bed, while laying down, ask yourself, how many beats has my heart beaten since morning? No, since you were in your mom's womb. So who's paying for this? Do you know when you will realize that this is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When you see one of your beloved ones, and you see the monitor screen in the hospital, and there is a spike of heart rate, and then all of a sudden there is a straight line. You will know at that time that all the beats were blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you will know that you are the poorest man in the world. You can't even offer one beat. Yes. Why don't we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the rich, who has given you each beat? Not only you, even your beloved ones. So how can you thank him? If, for example, and I see this in the hospitals, I've seen it many times, when someone's heart stops, we call it just cardiac arrest. Like the heart stops, all the beloved ones are watching us. How, if we can, and just keep praying, if we can get the heart beating again with our resuscitation, and one of us will jump on the patient's chest and try to compress the chest wall, to press on the heart, to push the blood that is in the heart, just barely to reach the brain. SubhanAllah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even repeat without something, but no one pressing you just walk. Now, صح? What is the goal? Are we the same as the name? No. This is what I thought about it, actually. I thought myself really sure. That's it. We need to know, otherwise I will live while feeling myself that, okay, I'll make. No, you will make for yourself. And the best responses, as you will see in the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in here, I'll come to the verse. See, 2.2 billion of heartbeat for any man. It's an average. Again, it's an average. We took the 60 as a normal. I will shoot up to 100. 2.2 billion? Would you weigh 2.2 billion pounds real heart rate? Who pays for it? That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, and on the day of resurrection, you will be asked. You will be asked about what? ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم, about all the things I have given you. What have you done? Were you thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How can I thank you? How can I be thankful? This is one of the chances, one of the golden chances. Okay, so can anyone offer this amount of money? What about your beloved ones? SubhanAllah. So we need to know who is the rich, who is the most rich. RBCs. I'll just give a quick example here. You know what RBCs stand for? What does it stand for? RBC is red blood cells. Okay? How many, since we started our gathering here, how many millions of red blood cells have been produced by your bone marrow? We need to know that someone is donating for us in each seconds, in each twinklings of an eye. For anyone who cannot see, you can just squeeze in if you want. So, how many, can anybody count? Since we've started, how many millions of RBCs have been donated within your circulation? How many? You cannot thank, you cannot count, that you cannot thank. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged us not to thank, challenge each of us if he can count how many blessings he's been given. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لا تحصوها, even if you try to count it. So we are here, we need to know who is in need. Shall I go a little in detail in this? How many liters of blood now running in your circulation? How many? 6. 6 liters, almost. We will just try to thank them 6 liters, because if we spend our entire life, we will not be even close to the 10th of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. But just let us take 1 cubic milliliters. You know how many drops? Couple of drops. Out of the 6 liters, let's get a couple of drops out. And let's start to dig into it and see if we can repay what we have been given. Okay? Within this cubic milliliters, we will not thank the WBC, the white blood cells, and all the elements. We'll just take them out. We'll try to concentrate on the RBCs, red blood cells. Within this cubic milliliter, you have 5 millions of what? Of RBCs. Within this cubic milliliter. 5 millions. Okay, just put in your mind, 5 millions down, you need to wait now. Just keep it in mind. Don't take the 5 million, just get one of them, 100 blood cells. You will have within that red blood cells 270 millions of hemoglobin biomolecules. 270 million. You cannot offer your son only one time. You cannot. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has deprived your son or your loved ones or yourself from that, look who can give it to you, who can produce it for you. It is only Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Within each hemoglobin biomolecule, there are 4 houses to receive oxygen, which you breathe in now, and pump oxygenated blood to your eyes, and you can see it, and to your dental. So how many in the one RBC? How many oxygen atoms that you breathe in now? I just counted today. 1,080,000 of oxygen per breath. No. We are extremely. So no one can produce and pay for anyone. How many neurons? In your brain. You can just be all of a sudden while you are at work and you receive a call that one of your beloved ones has a stroke only in this area. Only in this area. There are 86 billion neurons. 86 billion. None of the 86 billion has been given to you by anyone other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you cannot count it. So anywhere in here you will see your beloved ones, he lost his movement, his limbs. He is now quadriplegic, he cannot move. If I come to you and tell you that I can get his hand to function again, how much will you pay me? Not to satisfy me, to thank you, to thank me, that you will feel that I thanked that man enough. We need to do everything. What about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given you the limbs moving, and each of your beloved ones are moving? So how much you will pay for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Allah's confidence. So just by looking at this picture and the function of the brain, you cannot even know, or you cannot comprehend So how can you thank him? Subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, just I was thinking about this again and asked my question. Just look at this. That is you. That is you. This is a real human beings. You came without pockets. You came without pockets. صح? True? Everybody agrees? And you will leave without pockets. It is whatever you have either put in your account over there or your account here. There is no pocket. You came in without anything and you will go without anything. Except the one that you have put home. No pockets. So here comes the question, whose money? I ask myself, I have something in my pocket, I have something in my bank account, but whose money is it? Whose money is it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in here, يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا. Which money? Which account? أنفقوا مما رزقناكم. This is why I have it here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking you to pay from what He has given. Subhanallah. Allah subhanahu has given us money and He advises us to pay, to spend from our wealth which He has given us, and He will reward us for that, and He will increase it in this life and increase it in the hereafter. Subhanallah, how generous Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. But again, when I say, okay, I was convinced that the money is Allah's and everything is from Him and I'm the one in need, then it becomes some obstacles. I'll just show you these obstacles. It's going to be some slides. Okay, here's the obstacle. When I said, okay, I will donate, I'm full of blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me, and my beloved ones. So the shaitan came in and said, hold on a second. You have limited amount of money, and when you spend that money, He threatened me with poverty. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that shaitan يعملكم الفقر. He will say, oh, don't. And if it's 100, he will make it 50. And he will negotiate until he make it 0 if he could. If ever he could. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, while Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises you forgiveness. Forgiveness means if you are trapped in an apartment or a flat and the fire is surrounding you, and I came just struggling through the fire and got you out, how much you will pay me from saving you from the hellfire? Not the hellfire, from the fire of the apartment. How much will you pay me? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, for this amount of money that I have given you, if you have given it for my sake, in my way, I will forgive you. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives you for bounty. So the question is, whom should you believe? We have two messages, one from Shaitan and one from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's just try to... do you know this bird? What do you call it? Google. Have you ever heard about his participation? This bird was mentioned in the Holy Quran. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, with the participation of this bird, the hopeful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saved millions of people from the shirk and from the haqq. he has participated from what he could. But how much hasanat has he earned? And when he spoke in the Holy Quran, he said, Allah yasjudulillah. Wouldn't they worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone? Okay, one would ask, even while reciting the Holy Quran, one would ask, so what Allah has given you, has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised you Jannah, and that's why you're using your effort in calling people? No. He said the reason. He said, Allah yasjudulillah alladhi yukhriju al-khalqa min as-samawati wal-ard. How come I would not seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala countenance and to try my best to please Him, since He is the one who fed me throughout my life? What kind of food He used to eat? What is it? Is it like us for free, chickens, huh? Nothing. It's just only subhanallah. This Allah subhanahu is stimulating you in the Holy Quran. He said this is His participation. He saved millions of people. Would you help the people who can save people from shirk? He has no account, but you have an account. So try to help. This is the outcome of His participation, that the people of Sabah embraced Islam. So the question is, what is your participation? Are you a da'iyah? Are you in the front line with the table? That's great. Someone of us would say, we are not da'iyah, we don't have knowledge of Islam, and we don't have time. So, what can you do? Can you pay? Then do for yourself. So you cannot, I don't have any money. Can you just pray and ask Allah sincerely from your heart that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept these prayers for when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He asks you in the judgment day, when you are before Him subhanahu wa ta'ala, you would say, Wallah God, I didn't have anything. I have only prayers that I participated, but you have to participate. You have to. Let's skip to the last two slides because time is over. Sorry, Sheikh Hassan. Yeah. This verse comes just after the verse that a shaitan threatens you. While you're thinking, this is the 30th verse. While you're thinking of the threatening of the shaitan, don't obey, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises you forgiveness and bounty, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you this verse. He said not everyone has the wisdom and obey what Allah, believe in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, rather than what shaitan says. He gives subhanahu wa ta'ala wisdom to whom He wills. Okay, here comes the last two slides. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, after just He was mentioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has mentioned about the sadaqat, nafaqah, the charity, and providing, and He give you all the obstacles and how to overcome them. Then comes this verse. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَيْسَ عَلَيْكَ هُدَاهُمْ, not upon you, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the responsibility of the people guidance. You cannot guide them, you can't tell them, but you cannot guide them how to put in their account in their act. After sadaqah? Yes, after sadaqah. He said, even if you say, even if you recite, it is not you alayhi salatu wasalam, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has chosen someone to pay more for themselves. It is not for them. Just look at the verse carefully. ليس عليك هداهم ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء وما تنفقوا من خير. Please concentrate on this. وما تنفقوا من خير. Whatever you spend out of your wealth in good. Just you said, I haven't participated in da'wah, and I need to participate. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked me, you stay just among the non-Muslims, what have you done? I gave you everything. I gave you Islam. I gave you, what have you done? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we donate. Whatever you donate is for whom? is going to be. It is for yourself. وما تنفقوا, look how amazing this ayah structure. See, وما تنفقوا من خير فلأنفسكم وما تنفقون إلا ابتغاء مرضات الله. That whatever you don't spend money for people to say that you have spent some money, no, that is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the last portion of the ayah. وما تنفقوا من خير, whatever good you spend, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emphasizing again one time. وما تنفقوا من خير, whatever you spend, يوفى إليكم, will be repaid to you in full. He has given you the initial ones, and He promised you that I will repay it to you here before the after. وأنتم لا تعلمون, and you will be born. So, who's the winner in this case? The one who pays, or the one who receives? No, it is the one who pays. Just let's remember this final slide. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah reward you all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show His mercy upon us all. Jazakumullah khair.